Hello beautiful people, welcome to my channel, Self-Love with Lexi. When I was younger, I always wanted to fit in. I always wanted to be liked by everybody, and I think that's instinct that we all have. Because before, when we were kicked out of the tribe, we would die. And that was an innate knowing. And so going into this life, our survival instincts kick in, and we want to be liked by everybody. We want to fit in, right? And this is why we have groups or cliques and cliches or whatever they're called. And the more I grew up, the more I realized that I was really my own clique. I was really my own person. And I didn't want to fit into societal standards or societal norms. I didn't want to be in that group. But before I had this realization, I suppressed who I was so deeply that I forgot who I was. And I would be a people pleaser. I would do all these things just to be liked by others. And I feel like a lot of people have this problem even when they're older. I had finally come to terms with myself, and I'm finally realizing that I am me, and I'm not going to suppress myself for anybody. I'm going to walk into the room with my head held high, acting like I was placed there for a reason, because I was. And if that makes you uncomfortable, so be it. If you can't digest me, choke. Because I'm done suppressing myself for other people. And you should be too. We all used to do this, I swear, and if you didn't, you're just built different. But it's such a problem that we all face. For example, there was a study done where it was like, why do females, it's kind of a funny study, but it was, why do females buy clothes and never wear them? It's because when we shop for the person we want to be. And then all of a sudden putting that outfit on, it's like, ooh, it's a little scary. Like, we don't want to stand out. We don't want to be seen. And a lot of people, including myself before, have a problem with being seen. Now, I know I'm seen. It's me. Shine in your authenticity. Authenticity is the highest form of vibration that you can get in this universe. And a lot of us don't know who we truly are. And I think the biggest problem with that is always being around people. When you're always around others or in a big group, you tend to take on their traits, right? And so if you are hanging around a person all the time, all of a sudden you guys are one and the same. And that's why you'll have the situation where if you have like a best friend, you guys start saying the same thing, you start dressing the same, you start almost looking identical. It's because when you are with somebody all the time, you start absorbing them, including their energies, their thoughts, and their beliefs. So a lot of people aren't truly themselves anymore. And this is why introspection and solitude is such a huge fundamental key in becoming your authentic self. Not meaning that you have to cut everybody out of your life, but having those moments for yourself when you really get to know yourself. A lot of us don't know ourselves. And that's so sad to think about that. It's so sad to see that people genuinely don't know who they are or what they like. I used to be somebody who I didn't know what I liked. And so in my friend group, when we were ordering something, I'd be like, just get me the same thing she got. Because I didn't know myself what I liked. Or I used to copy people a lot. Just because, again, you wanted to be liked by them. So if I had a new friend and I saw that she wore this certain type of outfit or was in that style, I would also adopt that style. And at the moment, I didn't realize what I was doing. I didn't realize it was a bad thing. It was just not me. And so over the years, when I finally looked inward and had situations where I was forced to be by myself, I really questioned who I was. I didn't know myself without these external people or without that external validation. I didn't know who I was. And so it took me a moment to truly realize, do I even like this? Do I even like this style? Why am I wearing this? Oh, because so-and-so wore it. That's why I'm wearing it. Why do I talk like this? Oh, because so-and-so talk like that. That's why. It took me a long time to fully be in myself and fully accept myself, because a lot of the times when you're on this self-healing, self-discovery, one step is realizing who you are, and the second step is self-acceptance. If you don't self-accept, you're not going to graduate into the self-respect, graduating into the confidence, and graduating to self-love, right? So self-acceptance is the base formula. And so for me, it took me a while to do this, but I did it. When you are unapologetically yourself, you will either attract people like the strongest magnet you've ever had, or repel them. Okay? And a lot of people who are people pleasers, that is their worst fear. That is so anxiety provoking, because it comes to accepting the fact that not everybody's going to like you. And one thing, when I was a people pleaser, I really had to look at myself and be like, do I even like everybody? When I used to bring sweets and treats to class all the time and give them to everybody, just because it was me, I'm a giver, but I also wanted everybody to accept me and like me. Now, this led to, obviously, people-pleasing tendencies, but I looked at myself deeply and I was like, do I even like these people? Seriously, do I actually like them? Why do I care so much if they like me? That right there, that realization that I don't even like everybody. How can I expect everybody to like me? That's a crazy realization for people pleasers. So I'm glad I can share that right now. That's so cool. But yeah, so really coming into terms with yourself. Not everybody's going to like you, and that's okay. You'll have people who are so not even repelled, but challenged, so angry at you for being able to step into who you are, that they will try to tear you down so hard. As soon as you start realizing that you are you without these external things, people get so angry at you, so mad that you found yourself. Let them be mad. Let them choke. If they can't digest you, let them choke. And that's that. I don't go around anymore. I'm still me. I'm still my loving, positive self. But I'm not going out of my way to worry if people like me, hoping people are like me. I don't do that at all. In fact, if you don't like me, so be it. Because I look at people who don't like me as a blessing. Thank you, God. Thank you, universe, for repelling the people away from me who are not meant for me. And that is a mindset that everybody should adopt. Not gonna lie, the journey has been lonely, but I would rather be with me than anybody else. And that's a beautiful spot to be at. And I hope everybody is at or can get to that spot. A lot of people, especially women, will go out of their way to make themselves smaller. And now, I used to do this physically. I'm a very tall woman, and so I take up space automatically. Without my energy alone, I take up space. And this used to freak me out. I used to feel so bad about this. If there was a man who was shorter than me, I would try to slouch just so he felt more inferior for some reason. I used to do this. When I would walk with a group of women who obviously are girls at the time, because I was a little younger, I would make myself smaller so they felt like they fit in with me, or I felt like I fit in with them. So I did this physically. Just imagine the emotional things I did as well. The way I would conform to people to fit in their standards, or the version of me that fit most in their head, to allow them to be right or comfortable. I remember one time, my backyard used to be the spot for all of my friends to come, and my ex at the time went to my other friend and was like, look at this, watch this. And I was a very insecure human, but he then complimented my eyes. And I knew in that moment that I was going to make him look right in front of his friend. And so I know what they were doing was he was pretty much telling my other friend, like, how do I give this girl compliments? Like, she doesn't take them. And yes, I was a very insecure individual, but in that moment, I conformed to his view of me, of not being able to take them, even though I knew exactly what he was doing. And I didn't take the compliment. Why do we do this? Why do we conform to people's thoughts or beliefs of us? Right? This is because you are not in your true, authentic self. Because now, first of all, nobody can give me a compliment and I'm going to be like, oh my God, thanks, but... No, I'm going to just say thank you. Sometimes even say I know. But a lot of people don't like that. Don't do that. It seems very cocky. It comes off as like ignorant. It's not the nicest thing to do. But my point is, a lot of us, especially women, try to conform or hold ourselves in a little box of what people think that we should be. My point is, break out of that box. Be you. Wear that outfit that you think everyone will stare at you in. And own it. Own it. Walk in it. Loudly and proudly. A lot of people won't like it. And a lot of people will love it. And that's the great thing about really stepping into your confidence and really allowing yourself to be seen. You know? And like, I go out of my way to ensure that I feel the best. That I feel the best. And I look the best. Not saying that I look better than everyone else, because I don't think like that. I don't think like competition. But I don't even compete against myself. I don't compete against myself. I love myself too much to compete against myself. What I see is people who do good that inspires me to do good too. Or do even better. Okay? Just wanted to clarify that. I want you to adopt this mindset as well. The freedom that I feel now being able to be me without worrying what others will think, or being scared that it's not normal, or worrying that I'm making people uncomfortable. So, like, you know what I mean? So, me and my mom used to get into a lot of like heated arguments about this, because we are all programmed to be like this. We're all programmed to worry about what everyone else thinks, and ever since I was younger, I've always been, again, out of the social norms in this way, because I had a very hard time conforming to what people thought of me. And I didn't want to be that person. When I realized that I didn't want to be the people pleaser, I went from one end to the other. You know, I went from super, super nice to a complete mean person. And it's all about finding the balance, right? Like, I'm not going to go out of my way to be mean to anybody, but I'm also going to stand my ground and not let people disrespect me. And so there's a balance that you got to find, but it's a beautiful balance. It's beautiful. So, yeah, my main point of this video was to find who you are. Truly step into your authenticity and don't care about others' opinions. If they can't handle you, let them go with somebody that they can handle. Let them find less and be more. I want y'all to shine. I want you to shine so bright, so bright. Anyways, I hope you guys like this video. Thanks for watching. Come back.